already been said. Don't need the please when we got the proof. We be on our knees when we raise the roof. Cause we got the one pop mix of flavor. We got the funky Jesus blazer. No evil, diverse people. Come get it now, won't be a sequel. None of that mumbo jumbo.
Hello everybody, this is Coach Dave coming to you live from Northern California, and we are on our broadcast. We are now in 6 different live social streaming websites all at one time. Welcome to the broadcast. If you're getting this on the replay, please swipe follow, share, like, subscribe, and tap hearts, and invite your followers to take a look at this. And so tonight's subject is, where are you headed? Where are you headed? That's the question I want to ask tonight. I've been on a lot of live streams both yesterday and today, and people are not sure where they're headed. Hi everybody, Coach Dave here. I'm glad to be with you and glad to have you on this multicast between all 6 live streaming websites you see right there on the left-hand side of the screen, or on the right-hand side of the screen rather. And we're glad to have you here. Welcome, His Image Photography, I see joined. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for hitting all the hearts and sharing this out, sharing it to YouTube and sharing it to your friends on Facebook, retweeting it. Really appreciate it. Today I want to talk about where are you headed. And the original original screen I had up here, excuse me, was just a screen capture from my website. I have my picture up there. I don't have the blue letters at the bottom, but my website just says, where are you headed? I am a life fulfillment coach, and I help people who feel stuck in life find a vision of their future. And we focus in on that, and then I coach them through a specific process designed to help them achieve those goals and dreams. And I want to ask you where you're headed, because if you don't know where you're headed, you're not going to get there. And I always use the analogy of going to the grocery store. If you just hop in the car and drive around because you're not sure where the grocery store is, you're not going to have the groceries. So I want to hit on a little bit different aspect that I've seen in the last few days of this theme of where are you headed. Before I go into that, though, I want to tell you about a partner of mine who is here on the Periscope live streaming, and her name is Shannon. She is with Survive and Thrive. Her call sign on here, her username on here is For Humanities, and thank you for inviting your followers. Appreciate that. Her call sign is For Humanities, and she is a cancer survivor. She is helping people be treated for and survive cancer. And she is having on October 14th, she is having welcome Shoshana. She is having an event that she is calling Survive and Thrive Live. It's going to be on October 14th in the Stockton area, Stockton, California. And here's just a couple of links: the bit.ly/IWillSurvive17 for live stream tickets, virtual attendance there, and Survive and Thrive Live at the bit.ly address, bit.ly/Survive and Thrive Live, for $47 per ticket to actually go there. And she's also helping people by getting her Big Cup sponsored. Hi Shoshana, it's good to see you. She is getting her Sponsor the Big Cup scheme going, and basically Sponsor the Big Cup is if you want to put your name on the front of this big cup that she drinks water from during her live streams, then you just go to that top link there, Survive and Thrive Sponsor, bit.ly Survive and Thrive Sponsor. So it's good to see you guys. Thank you for hitting the hearts and sharing this out to all your followers, and thank you for sharing it to Twitter and Facebook, YouTube. You know, you can always share it on YouTube if you can download it. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll give it a try sometime. We're right now live streaming to all 6 of the places you see right over there on the screen. We got YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, StreamMe, and Mixer, all of the above. If you're in any of those places, the only one I can't see you actually type on the screen is if you're in Facebook. They haven't fixed that yet, but they will pretty soon. Again, My subject tonight, I'm going to get right to it. It is, where are you headed? Where are you headed? And what I put in the title of this one is, are you sure? Really? Are you sure? And so thank you, Tanya, for inviting your followers. I really appreciate that. And JC Humphrey, thank you for joining us. Where are you headed, and are you sure? The reason I ask are you sure is because a lot of times we think we know where we're headed. And a lot of times, good to see you, Tanya. A lot of times we have a pretty sure idea of where we're headed, but then we let other people take us in a different direction. Or we let other people throw doubt on it. They try and douse our fire because maybe they're not as doing as focused work as we are. So I would just encourage you, if you have somebody trying to take you a different direction, or if you have somebody trying to throw water on your fire, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. That's right. We don't need to be listening to others because that will take us off of our focus. It will take us off of our direction, and that will take you off of getting to where you're going. So I just want to reiterate that that where are you headed is followed up by are you sure. I want to tell you a couple of things about my direction and a couple of things that I've found out. I am a Christian life coach. I'm a life fulfillment coach, and the reason I say life fulfillment is because I help people who feel stuck become unstuck. We look at where are your goals, where is your direction, where do you want to be in life, and then I coach them through a specific process to help them realize those goals and dreams. So I want to tell you about a couple of experiences that I had and just let you get to know me a little bit, because I think that's important. A while back, I was living in Minnesota, and I was married at the time. I've gotten a divorce since then, but I was married at the time, and I want to tell you, as a Christian life coach, I feel it's important that I tell you that I believe in that still small voice. I believe in God whispering to me and telling me what direction to take. And if I'm quiet, and I get quiet and I listen, and I shut off all the things that are distracting me, I believe He tells me which way to go. And some people think that's absolutely crazy, and I don't really care, because it is steering me in the right direction. And I'll tell you how I come to that. One of the things that happened to me was when I was living in Minnesota. I had been working at a place for 5 years, and it was a retail place, and the boss was a real micromanager. She was always honest and always telling us, hey Jason, good to see you. And she was always telling us what to do, when to do it. She was always yelling at us and things, and it was a terrible job. And so I found another job. Hey, good to see you. So I found another job, and that job only lasted a couple of months. So I worked for 5 years. They promised me at this new job that I'd be able to stay there for quite a while. I wasn't able to take advantage of that promise with them. They laid me off after 2 months, but the story gets even more intricate with God doing His work, and here's how. When I got laid off, I started looking for work. And as we all know, work isn't easy to find. It's the same thing in Minnesota as it is all across the country. We find it here in California, Minnesota, Texas, New York, wherever you are. Work is not an easy thing to find. And so after a couple of months of looking for work, and I wasn't able to get unemployment because they laid me off. They didn't fire me. Pretty smart. But so what happened was I was looking for work, and then one day I had lived here in Northern California before, and I came back here because of what happened. One day I was looking at different websites on the internet. I was just surfing the web, and all of a sudden my wife at the time walked up to me and was just looking at me really weird. So I was like, okay, I don't even know what the deal is. I'm just looking at the web. So all of a sudden I get this light bulb over my head. well, what if I look at how much a bus ticket is on Greyhound bus lines to come to Northern California where I used to live? So, just on a whim, I call up Greyhound.com. I go in there and I put in the location where I am, where I want to go to, and it comes up, just so happened to be, coincidence, I think not, just so happened to be that it was the amount of money in my wallet at the time, the amount of cash, almost to the dollar. Okay, so I was like, wow, what a coincidence. And so then I just kind of dismissed that, went on my way. Got up the next day, still looking in the paper for work. My wife, she goes to work. She comes home, and all of a sudden she's upset. And all of a sudden she walks up to me and she says, "You know what? I'm tired of being the nice guy. I think I've been nice enough. I think you just need to go." And I'm like, okay. So then what comes into my head is, where am I going to go? And then the night before, when I was just out of the blue prompted to look at Northern California, right where I needed to go, right the exact amount of money I had in my pocket, and she's asking me where I want to go, and I just kind of look up and go, I get it. I get it. I understand. So I said to her, I'm going back to Northern California. And I named the town out here where I am. And she said, well, what are you going to do out there? And I said, well, I don't know. Just picture me and a bag, and I'm out there. And so I came out here, and God really started me on a new track, a brand new track, a brand new life, looking at where am I headed? And not just where am I headed? Am I going to let other people steer me away? Am I going to let them throw sugar in my gas tank? Am I going to let them throw water on my fire? Or am I just going to go? Okay, so fast forward here to California. I come out here and I don't have anywhere to stay. So I go to a homeless shelter. Now, the hardest thing I've ever had to do, the hardest 2 words I've ever had to say to anybody in my life was to walk up to the counter, say to this lady behind the counter at the homeless shelter, she says, "Can I help you?" And I said the most difficult 2 words I've ever said. I'm homeless. And she said, okay, here's a form, fill this out. I said, okay. Well, I stayed there at the homeless shelter. You could stay there as long as you were working on things in your life. I stayed there, and then I met someone who had a friend who had a house, and they came and got me. And the homeless shelter said, no, you're leaving too soon. If you leave now, you can't come back for 6 months. And I said, okay, they're going to take care of me. 2 months into it, there was something that went on. Again, the enemy stirred things up. I totally believe there's a devil out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say just, some force came along. No, the devil stirred things up. And they told me they need to take me back to the shelter. This is 2 months into it. On a 6-month, you can't come back. And I've dealt with it, seen them deal with people before and dealt with it before. And so 2 months into it, we need to take you back to the shelter. Okay, but the night before that happened, let me rewind a little bit. I got ahead of myself. Let me rewind. One night I'm sitting there and I'm in the living room where I sleep, and all of a sudden everybody's gone to bed. All of a sudden I'm reading the Smith Wigglesworth book, which I'm not much of a reader, but I'm reading a Smith Wigglesworth book, and I feel the presence of God come down into the room. Can't believe it. And I've learned to ask when I feel it that strong, Lord, what's this all about? He's there for a reason, right? Yes, Smith is good. So the presence is there for a reason. And I said, all right, Lord, what's this all about? And I heard 2 words. Not out loud, wasn't a booming voice, just a still small voice said, pay attention. I looked around and I kind of thought to myself and to him, Well, everybody's asleep and I'm just sitting here reading a book. What am I supposed to pay attention to? And I heard it again. Pay attention. So I thought, well, okay, what's going on here? I got the lamp. I'm sitting on the couch. My mattress is over there. I'm reading a book. Wait a minute, I usually don't read a book. So I thought, okay, so here's the deal, Lord. I'm going to remember the next thing I'm reading in the book. I was on the top of a left-hand page. I'm just going to remember what's next in the book. Hi, Shoshana. Welcome back. I'm going to remember what's in this book. So I grab the book and I pull it up close and I'm reading. And I'm reading a chapter in the book where Smith Wigglesworth is talking about how you can soak up. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. Come on in and share this out. This is going to be really good. I really hope that this is touching somebody, and I think the fact that I'm here is that I'm here in the right place, and somebody else is too. So share this out. Somebody's going to need this. So I'm reading this Smith Wigglesworth book, and he's talking in this chapter I'm reading about how we can, when we are, how we can soak up the presence of God and we can soak up God like a sponge. Okay, he's using it figuratively, but I'm going, all right, I'm tracking with this. And that's when this whole thing happened, and his presence came down, and I said, what's going on? And he said, pay attention. So that was the only thing out of the ordinary that I was doing that I usually don't do. So I said, all right, Lord, here's the deal then. I am going to just pay attention to the next thing I read in this book and figure that it's from you, because this is your timing. Your timing is perfect. So I read at the top of the next page, Smith Wigglesworth says something to this effect. It's when you're in the driest places, when you're in the most barren, the most waterless travels, that you will be able to soak up the most of God. Do you get that? It's when you're in the driest places, in the most barren, waterless traveling you're doing, that you'll be able to soak up the most of God. And so I said, all right, okay, Lord, so what you're telling me then is I'm going to go through a desert experience, right? And as soon as I said that, his presence lifted, gone. So not thinking about it, I put my bookmark in the book, closed the book, put it on the table, shut off the living room light, crawled underneath the covers on my mattress, makeshift mattress that was in the living room there, and went to sleep. Next morning, I woke up bright and early. I got up, I took my blankets and folded them, put the blankets and the pillows where they go. I tipped the mattress up and slid it down the hallway where it went, and I started vacuuming the carpet and cleaning up and dusting a little bit and just taking care of things like we did every morning, waiting for the ladies to make breakfast. Hi, Lana. Welcome, 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 welcome. Share out to your followers, please. And I have something else to explain too. I have a request. It's right up. Where's my finger? Right up here at the top. Camera's backwards. But so anyway, I'm cleaning up, spiffing up, waiting for breakfast, and all of a sudden, the lady that got me out of the shelter and I was staying at her house, she calls in from elsewhere. They had another property in the north part of town. She calls in and she's talking to her mom, who was one of the people that also lived there. And her mom's saying, yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, all right, I'll tell him. And then she hangs up. Thank you, Shoshana. Then she hangs up. I'll tell him. So I said, who was that? And she said, oh, that was she mentioned her name. That was her, the lady that got me out of the shelter, and I'm staying at her house. She's gone over to the other property to do some cleaning up and prepare it for the sale that's going on. And, well, she says she can't come back until you're gone. And like I said earlier, the devil had kind of stirred up this thing in her imagination. And it was a hard thing. And so I stopped and I said, no. It's only been 2 months. I can't go back to the shelter because they said I couldn't come back for 6 months. And so the story goes like this. She said, no, I'm sure that we can convince them. I'll just go in with you. And I said, no, and then it hit me. Previous night, presence of God. You're going to go through a desert experience. I said, you know what? I said, it's going to be all right. I said, I'll just pack a bag and my guitar, and I know I can't go back to the shelter, but you can just drop me downtown, and I have an idea of a good street you could just pull over and just drop me downtown. And so they dropped me downtown, and as they drove away, this is amazing. I haven't told anybody this for a long time, so if I get emotional, you just have to deal with it because I'm kind of an emotional guy, okay? They dropped me downtown, and I stepped out of the car with my bag and my guitar, and I had some things I told them I'd come back and get later that I left there. But I stepped out of the car. They drove away. I waved and said, God bless you. And as they left, I stood there on the curb, on the sidewalk, edge of the sidewalk on the curb, and I looked up and I said, this is what you told me about last night, wasn't it? And I felt just a witness, yes. This is exactly it. This is what I told you was going to happen. And so I said, okay. I said, all right, Lord, I'll do this. I'll do this. But you have to do what you promised. You have to take care of me. I'm a diabetic, and I don't heal well from sickness or injury. And living on the street, I'm a really small guy, as you may be able to tell by the video. Living on the street, I'm vulnerable. As a diabetic, I am vulnerable to sickness. And I said, all right, Lord, you have to feed me. You have to clothe me. I've got some clothes, but you know what I mean. You have to take care of me. You have to protect me. You have to give me a place to sleep. You promised me all these things. If I love you, dedicate my life to you, and follow you. And I said, I'll do all this with your promises. And then I said 4 words that became my daily, sometimes multiple times during the day, they became my daily mantra. I said, I trust you, Lord. And it meant a lot to me that I wasn't just saying to someone next to me, hey, I trust the Lord. Because you can lie to yourself. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to people. You can try to have a stiff upper lip. But those 4 words being my mantra sustained me day after day. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to eat, where I was going to sleep. I didn't know who I was going to come across. But I said, I trust you, Lord. And it felt really good, so I said it again. I trust you, Lord. And this is the funny part. This puts me in, hi, Geospin. Welcome. This puts me in the weird category, okay? And this is where I might get emotional, so get ready. This puts me in the weird category because about the 3rd time I said, I trust you, Lord, I felt, again, just my feelings, could be subjective, could be real. I felt, about the 3rd time, I felt the Holy Spirit rush up to me and say to me, He likes it when you say that. Praise God. He likes it when you say, I trust you, Lord. Okay? So here's the thing. Where are you headed is not just, where do you think you want to go? It's not just, I'm headed towards X amount of dollars in my pocket every month. X amount of dollars this year. X amount of dollars that I'm able to rake in, or even X amount of followers, X amount of hearts. It's not a certain amount of anything that you want to bring in. necessarily, because that could be a goal. You're fooling yourself. Now here's the thing that will test you, is that if you say, Lord, I trust you, he will test you. Faith that isn't tested, James says that's worthless. Okay. Now my faith was tested when I was dropped off on the street. I had to live on the streets for a couple of months straight before I finally found a place where I could trade my web design skills. You can tell by the screen, I love graphics, and I love animation. You know, I don't want a squirrel on the animation thing, but the little guy over my head there, you could tell I love animation because I love the little squirrel guy. If you find me squirreling and I put that on, I know I definitely have squirreled. So go away, little squirrel. All right. So my point is this. Thank you. I love doing it. My point is this. You can trust God, but God is going to test you. If you say, God, I trust you that you're going to help me get to a certain point, he's going to test you. Now, the thing is, if he tests you and you fall down, get up one more time, then you fall down. Just because you fall down doesn't mean you didn't trust him. Just because you fall down means you're not headed where you think you were. Okay? But also, I've just heard on different scopes, I've heard on different videos that I've seen people, on a couple of blogs even, in the last 2 or 3 days, people saying, people have failed me and I'm mad. And I've had some people fail me. Right now I'm looking for a nonprofit organization that wants to help with help me get money that I can get donated to me. I want to get it donated to a nonprofit organization for cancer research and treatment. Now let me just break for half of a commercial here. It won't be very long. That's why I banded together with Shannon from For Humanities, her Survive and Thrive event. Look at those links really quick. I won't go through them, but look at those links really quick and jot them down if you can, or come back and look at the replay. Hi, Shriam. I hope I pronounced that right. But come back and look at those links on the replay and jot them down and go to these. If you have any donation you can give to cancer, she is looking for people to help on her Survive and Thrive event, which is going to be October 14th. So please help Shannon out. And what I'm going to do, and what I've configured here, again with my techie stuff, is I've configured a way for people to donate and be rewarded on screen. See this blank spot on the screen over here? That's blank for a reason. Everything else is filled up, but this blank spot right over here is for donations to cancer. And I'm going to have some live links that go, if I can find an organization that is nonprofit that can take the money for me, I am going to generate this money, because I can come up with links where it's generated. And right now on my live stream, if somebody went to my live link, it would generate a notice that looks like this. Now that's from just a sponsor, but if we get a donation and they want to be a rock star, we're going to call them rock star donations. The rock star donations look like this. Okay, and there you are right there on the live stream. In any of these social media sites that you find on this right hand side of your screen, all 6 of them we're streaming to right now, and you can go to any one of those and there's going to be a live link where they can donate, and the donation goes right on screen. Everybody sees that they donated. Everybody sees that this works. Everybody sees that our community is concerned about what affects all of us. And it's affecting my niece. Just in the last 3 weeks, my niece that lives in Washington, north of me, I live in California, my niece was diagnosed with cancer, and not only has it gone into her chest and her back and her lungs and her legs, it's gone everywhere, and they've eliminated the possibility of the brain, but it's gone everywhere. And so I'm looking for a non-profit organization that can funnel these donations. This is just an example. That can funnel these donations once they come on in and those donations will be live, and they'll get recognition right away. You'll know that that's funneling right into cancer research and treatment. So that's what I'm about. I'm about this. None of this is going to make me any money. This is going to be for cancer treatment, cancer research, and helping with the expenses of the treatment is important. So that's what we're going to do. That's why I'm teaming up with Shannon, because Shannon is a cancer survivor. My niece is battling with cancer right now, and it's expensive. So that's what I'm all about. And I just wanted to share with you, don't get discouraged in your dream. Don't get discouraged with where you want to go in life, and don't let people try and steer you a different way. Don't let people throw fire on your throw water on your flame. Don't let them put gas in your tank. Don't let them. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't let them do any of those things that will keep you from your goal and keep you from those things in life that are going to get you going. And I am here to be an encouragement coach. I'm here to be a life fulfillment coach. I help people get unstuck by helping them find their goals and helping them find their dreams and to go with it. Bible News Radio, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I was just sharing how we are looking at cancer. How we are looking at taking money for cancer. I'm looking for a nonprofit that will let me funnel money through the nonprofit. There we go. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Looking for a nonprofit who will let us funnel money through, because I have donation systems set up that as soon as someone on the live stream goes to my link that is live and donates, you will see this. And that is a reward for being on the live stream, right here involved in the community, and right here being involved and supplying the needs to things that go. And thank you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, you love Bible News Radio. I do too. I go to all their scopes. In fact, they had a great one tonight. I really love that guy that was there. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And as we get people that donate, you're going to see that. And as we actually get other people who will sponsor and do things and be involved in the community to help each other, none of this is going to make any money for me, but the effort that I'm putting in is to encourage and uplift and to get people to sponsor. This is what a sponsor looks like. And then in YouTube, all of these links that I have over here on the right hand side of the screen, in YouTube, they have the ability to donate with YouTube Super Chat. And so that will look like this. Okay, and right on screen, those links will be available, and they'll be able to go right back to it. So I'm asking everybody to help me get in touch with a nonprofit that will allow me to funnel these funds through. My niece has cancer. I'm working with Shannon from For Humanities, and she is a cancer survivor, and we are going to funnel as much of this effort and energy and money as we can, and donations and help that we can into the events. Once again, I'll show you. These are her links. You can come back on a replay, and you can go ahead and see what these links are. I am in the state of California. I live north of Sacramento, about an hour and a half north of Sacramento, which is just past where Shannon lives, and I'll keep on going north and you'll find me. But and this is all linked together. I want you guys to know that anyone who starts subscribing and following me in YouTube can type in this same chat channel right here where my hand is, and you will see them type in. They will see you type in. The only one that can type in there that we can't see right now is Facebook, and they're working on that. But no, the nonprofit does not have to be in California. They just have to give me their email address so that I can put that in the 4 links that I will have to the links go to a PayPal for a nonprofit, and then they would need to give me their number so I can put it on the page where they press the pink button. The other thing is I would have them at that point, then I would keep track of all the, if you don't have time to keep track of the figures of how much has been collected through this system, I can send you that, because my tracking system will track all of that. So thank you for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. So all of that just means that I would be able to then have you send the money. Shannon and I are going to work with the funds, and also possibly include Dr. Landry in that. And so it's my niece, it's Shannon, it's Dr. Landry and the work that she's doing. She's a friend of mine. I'm waiting to hear from her. She has a nonprofit. So something is going to happen, and I was just sharing. I hope you're all able to go back. If you didn't catch the little part of my testimony, go back and take a look at it, because God has done some miraculous things. And when I started the live streaming, my idea was to come on here and tell you, I am the awesome coach. You should have me coach you. Okay? And then God stepped in. I like those two words in Scripture, all throughout Scripture. If you want to have a fun time, go get your concordance. Go to an online concordance. Okay. Go to an online concordance and put in two words. Okay, this is fun. Put in "but God." All right, and you'll see all kinds of cool references. You'll see references that the children of Israel totally went the wrong way, but God. You'll see that people were lost in a hopeless battle, but God. You'll see that we were lost in sin, but God. Okay? That is a fun study to do. Do the but God study. Anyway, if you haven't heard the testimony part of this, I hope you can catch it on the replay, because I shared a couple things where God has talked to me, and God talked to me about this. I was going to get out the line, throw it in, and I was going to reel in some clients. And I took a walk, which that's where God talks to me, when I go to take a walk. But I took a walk, and I really felt like the Lord said to me, no, that's not what I want. I want you to build. I want you to build a community. And from that community, the people whose hearts I touch will come to you. And that's what he told me. So I'm not selling anything. I'm not promoting anything other than help out, build a community. And that's where I'll end it before I can not talk anymore. But thank you all for coming. Please like, subscribe, share. I need 100 YouTube subscribers. If you know a lot of people who are on YouTube, ask them to go to my channel, and the link is up above me. Ask them to go to my YouTube channel. It's bit.ly/Coach Dave YouTube, and ask them to go to my YouTube channel. I'm using a couple of things on my screen. I'm using OBS for the general presentation. The live chat here is what I'm doing is I'm live streaming one signal out to a place called Restream.io. That's their web address. And Restream.io is transmitting this out to all 6 of the places that you see here on the edge, okay? And yeah, I'm working on the 100 legitimate subscribers. And when they subscribe, they should click the red button and click the little bell so they can be notified. I want them to be part of this community. That's why I say click the bell and the red button. But anyway, Restream.io sends this out to 6 sites, and on Restream.io they also create this thing which is called Restream Chat. And the only place of the 6 that it doesn't actually grab the chat and put it in this window is Facebook right now. They're trying to get their technicians to and coordinate with Facebook on how they can get the Facebook chat coordinated in here. Once you put the stream information, you know how to do that. I saw you doing yours. It's the same. But once you put the stream information in Facebook, and then Facebook chat will end up in here with everything else. And if it doesn't, Facebook people, I'm really sorry. Go to YouTube, see my live stream there. And, yeah, I did see a hack. I saw a YouTube video that had a hack where I could make a separate window over here. I don't want to take up this room though. I want to leave that room open for our donations. Just like that. So that's going to be a space that I keep. And yeah, and if it ends up being a real big issue and Facebook people decide to be real nasty about it, I'll stop streaming to Facebook too. And but right now the stream is going there, and I'm, instead of reaching one network, I'm reaching 6. So wherever you are, whatever social network you're seeing this, thank you for coming. I'm going to wrap this up. Bible News Radio, thank you for coming in. And you know, everybody that contributed, you know, I really appreciate all the shares you're doing and everything. I can scroll all the way back in the chat here, and Mark Iwan 411, I see you were there. Thank you for coming. Tanya, Shiriam, Geospin, Shoshana, Lana, Jackie. I can scroll all the way to the beginning, and thank you all for being here. And I'm glad you've dropped in. Thank you. And Luke, thank you for coming in, Luke Kirk. Come on in, and I'm just ending, but you can catch the live stream as soon as I'm done. It'll be posted on all 6 of these social media that are here on the right-hand side of the screen. So either on this one or any of those others. Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate it. Tell all your friends that we are trying to get money together. We're trying to get donations together for cancer treatment. Cynthia Joy, thank you for joining us. Thank you for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. So anyway, thank you all, and God bless you. Give money for cancer, and come back here, because we are going to have a whole system where we take donations from subscribers live and reward them live right here on our stream. And we're going to have sponsors, we're going to have subscribers, and everybody who subscribes, sponsors, or donates is going to be part of this community. And we just want to help each other, and we want to fight cancer and the terrible things that cancer is and does. So thank you again. God bless you all, and we will see you again soon. And again, my name is Coach Dave, and this is going out to 6 live social streaming websites. Again, swipe, follow, share, like, subscribe, tap hearts, and invite followers. Thank you again, guys, and God bless you. Have a great evening.